Beanies is a whole food shop, and we're based on Crooks Valley Road in Sheffield, which is the road that leads up from the University roundabout up through to Walkley. We sell we've got green grocery, so we've got a large non-organic greengrocers and also an organic one, and then we do a lot of whole foods and deli type foods as well on the other side. It was founded in 1986 by someone who wanted to basically start up a whole food shop. And very quickly after that became a cooperative because they didn't want to do it on their own. And yes, I believe it was started, I wasn't here at the time, but I believe it was started with just somebody with their credit card buying a load of stock and then selling it. So it was certainly pioneering in those days. I think Whole Foods was still a relatively new concept, and also organic food, although it's been around a long time, that was kind of the start of the organic movement, I think, really, in terms of raising people's awareness of the importance of growing foods organically. It's quite a long and complicated story as to how it evolved, but yeah, there was an original shop down in Hillsborough, which then they moved up here, and up onto on this site there were two shops.
I've been working here a couple of years. I got made redundant in an office job a few years ago. I wanted to do something that kept me fitter and was healthier, and feels like it's doing a bit of a service for the community as well. So we've got a community-based shop, and it feels good to work here. Nice to see the customers come in. A lot of them appreciate what we do. We're downstairs trying to keep things fresh, and we all do a delivery once a week. So we go out and do the box deliveries. So we've got a round each for the directors, and we're a cooperative, so we share the responsibilities of running the company between us. And, that makes life quite interesting, because I'm used to working in a big company where if you need something done you contact the area that does it, whereas now you have to do it yourself kind of thing. So it's a bit of an eye-opener, and one day you're sitting down talking to people about negotiating contracts, the next you're out on your deliveries, the next you might be stocking and serving in the shop, that kind of thing. So yeah, so it's all good stuff. I enjoy working here. It's a good bunch of people. We've got very much hearts in the right place and focused on the right things for the local people as well. And our local community seem to value us, so long way it rain, really. So.
My name's Morag French. I'm a local resident and lived here for 20 odd years. Find Beanies an amazing resource, and yeah, regularly come here, and there's such an amazing array of fruit and vegetables, organic. It's just lovely. It's a great resource to have. Very friendly staff. It's got a lovely feel to it. Everybody's very welcoming. There's a series of sort of different sections. There's an organic section and a sort of normal fruit and vegetable section, so you have a lovely choice. You can pick and mix. There's a whole great range of quite unusual grains and flours, especially if you're gluten intolerant or would like to look for something that look a bit different. It's great stuff.
The website is www.beanieswholefoods.co.uk. If you put Beanies Whole Foods into Google, then you should come up with us.
Great. And you deliver citywide?
Citywide,
boxes,
yeah.
Right. And can you just say what would be in an average box?
Well, it varies from week to week, and we do a range of different size boxes. So the standard box usually we have a base that stays the same, so there's always potatoes, carrots and onions, unless you opt not to have potatoes. And then there's usually 3 or 4 or 5 other items that go in to the box as well. So it might be a swede or a cabbage or half a kilo of leeks or red pepper or something like that. So yes, and we vary that from week to week.
Well, it's very natural, lots of fresh produce, very friendly staff, and yes, very enjoyable, pleasant place.
Back in the summer last year, in September, October time, we won the Observer Food Monthly Award, which was very gratifying, and also the Eat Sheffield Awards that are run by the Sheffield Hallam University. So that was great, and that's all down to customers just phoning up or voting online for us and nominating us for that. So it's really great to get that sort of feedback from customers, really.
Katie Cook.
Yeah, and do you shop at Beanies normally?
Yeah, because it's on my way back from uni, so I come in here quite often.
We do organic deliveries across the city, really. Yeah, we make up about 300 to 400 boxes a week and deliver them out over 4 days to all the different parts of the city.
Well, I always get my eggs from Beanies, and I get the pulses as well. I'm going to look for some Seville oranges at the moment to make some marmalade.
Oh, certainly there are 1 or 2 things that you know, we now take for granted, which when I started here about 20 years ago, I just didn't know what they were. So things like rocket, coriander, fresh herbs particularly, they've really come to the fore, and people, you know, look for them now and take them for granted, as I say. Asparagus, of course, and too many to mention. So when I first started, I would go down the market, and occasionally they'd have kale on sale, but they'd say, well, what do you want that for? It's cattle food. But now it's a really we can't get enough of it, really.
We see quite a lot of people regularly. We get quite a few people with health issues come in and see us. It's interesting, things like kale. When I was at school growing up in Norfolk, and that was cattle food, and now it's one of the superfoods. So things change with the times. Because it's a small organisation, we have an equal say into how the business is run, whereas in a big office it felt a lot different. You kind of went with what the strategy was for the company, and we can kind of define the strategy we want here. And what's nice is we're not too commercially focused. Obviously we need to pay for ourselves and make a living, but it's nice to have other focuses too. And we're trying to be as environmental as we can, although we don't really brand ourselves as environmental because that's not solely what we do. But sort of whole foods and organic is a big part of what we are, and community focused, I guess.
We have arrangements with one or two sort of community-based organisations and charities that will take what is edible but not saleable and use it for homeless, making soups and things like that. The food cycle is one that we regularly donate to. They come and collect stuff on Wednesday, and there are others as well. The Real Junk Food Project, and one or two others that pop in and just take away what we can't sell. And if it's beyond even that, then it gets recycled, but it gets composted and used in places like Healy City Farm. It's all recycled back into the ground.
It's really cheap, everything's really fresh, and just sells really nice food.
I think it's just keeping things as simple as they need to be, really, and just bearing in mind what our aims are as a business, which is to provide good food for local people, really, and to help local growers as well. That's an important part of our business now. It's supporting people who are growing locally, and just doing what we do as best as we can, really, making sure that the food that we've got on sale is good food and people come to buy it. I think we want to keep doing that, really. I think that's just keeping us as focused on that as possible, really. So no great plans to develop in terms of a shop. We always struggle in this building a little bit because there's no parking, so periodically we'll say, maybe we should move, but we've never found anywhere that quite is an attractive proposition, really.
We love the range of flowers. Just got a bread maker at Christmas time, and we're a bit at a loss what to do, but they give us some nice advice. We've used flowers from here, which are quite different, and some of them are locally sourced.
There are 9 members at the moment who are full-time members, and we run the business together, so there's no one overall manager. We just all chip in our ideas as to how things should be run, and every couple of weeks we have a meeting and make decisions that way. And so we're all equal. We all have a say in the running of the business, and it's just a really nice way to work. You feel very motivated towards running the business. I think it's a really helpful way of thinking about it. The way we engage with each other, I think, is crucial, and it's about communication and honesty in your relationships with other people within the business. And also it allows you to just keep checking where you are as a business within the community as well. And I think our customers really appreciate the fact that we're a cooperative. And I think it makes for a different feel within the shop than just a regular business structure. Yes, it's a nice way to work. We've had our first person who's retired from the co-op last year, so she's been here for 20 odd years, and it's nice that someone feels that they can stay committed to business for that long length of time. And I think a lot of us do feel that way, the company members, although we have a sort of a band of part-timers who, often students who come in and work for a short period of time with us and then move on because their studies take them somewhere else. The core of the company is very settled, and I think that makes a big difference to the way the company feels as well, and the way the shop feels. People get to know us, we know the customers, and it makes for a really friendly environment.
It's nice to see traditional greengrocers as well. It's nicely laid out. The display is superb, really. Yes, definitely. I feel like it's just come straight from the garden. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it's in the city centre, really.